This is Stephen Broder from the Underground Politics channel. That's the new name for the channel. I'm looking for something pithier and rolls off the tongue better and is short enough to show up on the mobile app as title plus content. So I'm going to shorten it as soon as I'm allowed to make another change. Haven't figured out how I'm going to shorten it yet. But anyway, today's topic, which is set for publication on the 14th of November, being recorded in the evening of the 13th of November. Real quick hot news, as are the Russians showing respect to Donald Trump. A couple of days ago, Donald Trump, his transition office gave a readout on a phone call with Vladimir Putin. He said he warned that Vladimir Putin, do not escalate, do not escalate, do not escalate. And apparently, Mr. Putin promised to not escalate, escalate, or escalate. Unfortunately, a day later, the Putin spokesman denied the phone call had happened, and state TV has gone to putting up modeling pictures from Melania Trump. It shows her unclothed as a means of humiliating the first lady-elect. One of Putin's spokesmen said Donald Trump owes us for getting him elected. Now he has to pay up. That sounded very sinister, didn't it? But militarily, 50,000 troops have been primed up to do another invasion of the Ukraine. They're going to attack the Kursk salient if they can and bust through and threaten Ukraine with an escalation. 100 strategic bombers have been pulled out. My sources on these facts are some military blogs on YouTube, and it's been quoted on ILTV in Israel and by several reliable sources in the pod sphere, pod world of pods, whatever you call it. The Russians are apparently gearing up for a major escalation, in spite of the fact that Putin supposedly promised Mr. Trump through his personal relationship that there'd be no escalation. So it doesn't sound like Donald Trump's getting a lot of respect right now. But you know, I've been wrong before. Maybe he's getting respect in a new kind of respect. In the lead up to the U.S. Election, hosts and guests on Russian state television would refer to Trump as the Kremlin's preferred candidate. This was due to the Republicans' disdain for continued U.S. aid to the Ukraine, which there's a lot of people in the Senate that want that to happen, and Democrats will probably support it in a unified fashion. But it comes down to it, they think they got who they want in the White House come January 20th. And here's a surprise. There'll be a video on the topic of the appointments when there's more appointments out there, but I may have to do 2 or 3 videos to cover this. Real and experienced people are being appointed to positions. Now, in order to run the Department of Defense, generally it's thought that you need some military experience. You've served in the military, you've run a large organization. And this Fox News weekend commentator named Hegseth, which I've never heard of and never seen, is picked to be nominated for the defense secretary. There's some question as to whether that nomination is going to go through the Senate. That's why Donald Trump had raised an issue of the Senate never adjourning and recess appointments being able to be kept in office for 2 years. He's hoping to push his weaker cabinet members through the United States Senate without confirmation. And the winner of the Senate battle for the majority leader, Mr. Thune, bad pronunciation, apologies to the senator from North Dakota, South Dakota, somewhere in Dakotas, is not willing to cooperate with that requirement that Trump set out in an all caps laced rant from his Twitter, now it's XX, formerly Twitter, whatever you want to call it, account. So it doesn't sound like he's making good choices in the defense space. And wow, he's got a war going on in the Ukraine. There's going to be a separate video on Israel, but already he's ordered the Israeli government to accept the ceasefire in Lebanon, which is pretty much what Biden has been trying to do, and he brings back the Biden policy and ceasefire now, and tell him to finish the war in Gaza in the next 8 weeks. Military estimates the last time Israel took over security control of territory in the West Bank, in the area of Shechem, Joseph's tomb area, took 3 years to pacify the area and get it under control. The war in Gaza is not going to be over in 8 weeks. It's in a phase where Israel has won, but again, you put a neophyte in charge of the Department of Defense. There's all kinds of issues. There's weapon shipments to Israel. There's military aid, and it sounds like he's going to try and fire woke military leaders. It doesn't sound like it's going to do the defense establishment any good. It's not going to make people motivated in the management, upper level management of DoD, and it's not likely to lead to improved readiness. And the United States is in a very dangerous world, and to concede a point to Donald Trump, it has become significantly more dangerous than it was when Donald Trump left office in January 2021. If you like this content, please support it. Press like, share it with friends, get us some subscribers. Thank you very much for your readership and assistance, and we're going to be consistent, try and put out a video a day, 5 days a week. Take the weekends off, but we'll make content on the weekends. For the weekdays, again, subscribe please. Share with your friends. The notify button is very useful if you like this content. And if you want to join this team, reach out to me through a video that has compliments, and I will see that immediately, and I will reach out to you. Compliments, comments. Yeah, we're looking to expand the team. I can't succeed doing this as a one-man show. So thanks a lot, and talk to you in the next video.